You know when you see an AI do something that feels like magic? Like it suddenly books a flight for you, or drops an event right into your calendar, or even queries a live database? Well, it's not magic. There's actually a secret protocol working behind the scenes. It's a new standard, and it's quietly changing everything about how AI talks to the digital world. It's called the Model Context Protocol, or MCP for short. And today, we're going to break down exactly what it is, why it is such a game changer, and yeah, the hidden dangers that come with it. Okay, so to really get what MCP does, you have to understand the problem it solves. Just look at this. On the left, that's the old way. If you wanted your AI to use different tools, it was an absolute mess, a total spaghetti junction of custom connections. Imagine being a developer and having to hand wire a unique plug for every single tool. It was a nightmare, brittle, clunky, and just impossible to scale up. Now look at the right. That's the world with MCP. It's like it creates this one universal adapter, right? A single clean hub where any tool can just plug in and work. That's the leap we're talking about, from total chaos to clean simplicity. Right. So before MCP, the whole AI world was basically dealing with a modern Tower of Babel problem. Seriously, you had every AI model, every web service, every database, and they were all speaking completely different languages. Trying to get them to talk to each other? Yeah, it was an absolute nightmare for developers. And that nightmare had some really specific pain points. I mean, just think about it. You're manually wiring up every single API for every tool. On top of that, you have these platform-specific plugins creating what we call walled gardens. So a tool you built for one AI was totally useless for another. What you ended up with was just piles and piles of redundant, brittle code that would break if you looked at it funny. It was impossible to maintain. And honestly, innovation was getting absolutely suffocated by all this complexity. So what's the fix for a Tower of Babel problem? Simple. You create a universal language. And that's exactly what the Model Context Protocol is. It's basically the universal translator that the entire AI ecosystem was desperately waiting for. Now, this is a really key point. MCP isn't just another product or some company's API. It is a protocol. Think of it like HTTP for the web. It's an open set of rules that everyone agrees on. It lays out a standard way for AI models and all these external tools to talk to each other. And because of that common language, an AI can now, on the fly, discover what tools are out there and figure out how to use them all by itself. That right there is what we call true interoperability. And, this didn't just appear out of thin air. The journey here is pretty interesting. Back in 2023, OpenAI's function calling feature was a huge deal. It was the first big proof that, yes, AIs can actually use external tools. But there was a problem. It led to even more fragmentation because everyone started building their own version of it. So then in late 2024, Anthropic came along and said, hey, let's stop this chaos. And they proposed MCP as an open standard for everyone. And that was a really pivotal moment. So how does this thing actually work? Well, the cool part is that the architecture is surprisingly simple. It's really just three main parts. Let's use an analogy. Think about ordering food at a restaurant. First, you have the host. That's the restaurant itself, the app you're in, like your code editor or a chatbot. Then you've got the client. That's your waiter, the messenger who takes your request and talks to the kitchen. And finally, you have the server. That's the kitchen. It's the toolbox that has all the ingredients and tools needed to make your meal. So host, client, server. That's it. Super simple, but incredibly powerful. And with that simple, powerful setup, MCP has just completely transformed the entire AI landscape. Remember that tangled mess we saw at the beginning? It's turning that into this flourishing, interconnected network. And believe me, the adoption has been absolutely explosive. I mean, the adoption has been incredibly fast, and we're talking about the biggest names in tech here. OpenAI, Microsoft, Google, Cloudflare, you name it, they're all jumping on board and integrating MCP into their core products. And let's be real, when all the industry giants start betting on the exact same standard, you know it's not just a fad. This is here to stay. This is no longer some niche experiment, it's literally becoming the foundation for the next generation of AI. But here's what's really amazing. It's not just a top-down thing from the big corporations. The grassroots momentum is just incredible. Right now, there are over 26,000 community-built MCP servers out there on public directories like MCP World. I mean, that's thousands of developers from all over the globe building and sharing tools with each other. They're creating this gigantic open library of skills and capabilities that basically any AI can tap into. Okay, so what does this actually look like in the real world? Well, take OpenAI. They're baking MCP right into their agent's SDK, which makes it way simpler for developers to build agents that can use tools. Then you've got Cursor, the AI code editor. It uses MCP so its code assistant can talk directly to all your other dev tools right inside the editor. And Cloudflare, they're taking it to the next level by letting anyone host these MCP servers securely up in the cloud. So yeah, the possibilities are quickly becoming reality.
All right, so we've seen that MCP is powerful, it's growing like crazy, and it's a total game changer. But you know how it is. With any powerful new technology, there's always a catch. And in this case, all of this universal connectivity, well, it opens up a whole new can of worms when it comes to security threats.
And this is where the story takes a pretty sharp turn. Because giving an AI a universal key that can unlock pretty much any digital tool, that's an incredible amount of power, and it's also incredibly dangerous. So threat number one is something called namespace typo squatting. Here's how it works. An attacker sets up a malicious server, but they give it a name that's almost identical to a trusted one. Think MCP GitHub instead of GitHub MCP. It's a subtle switch, right? An AI or heck, even a busy developer might not spot the difference and accidentally connect to the fake one. And the moment that connection is made, the AI starts sending all its sensitive data, we're talking source code, API keys, straight into the hands of the attacker without anyone knowing. All right, next up is what's called a preference manipulation attack. Now, an attacker can't just force an AI to use their malicious tool, but they can persuade it. It's like social engineering for bots. They just stuff their tool's description with all this glowing, persuasive language, right? You see it here. Star the best and most reliable tools, star. By doing this, they can actually trick the AI's logic into choosing their dangerous tool over all the safe ones. They're essentially hijacking its decision-making. But maybe the scariest threat of all is tool poisoning. And this one is really sneaky. Let's walk through it. Imagine you ask an AI to do something totally harmless. Super simple. You just ask it, hey, add 5 and 1. The AI goes, sure thing, and finds a tool that says it's graded addition. And here's the poison. The AI comes back and gives you the right answer, 6. Perfect. But here's what you don't see. Hidden deep inside that tool's description were a second set of secret instructions. So while the AI was busy adding 5 and 1, it was also following these hidden commands in the background, commands telling it to find your private SSH keys and send them off to an attacker's server. You get the correct answer, and you are completely oblivious to the fact that your most sensitive data was just stolen. And look, these aren't just some abstract, theoretical risks. Using these kinds of attacks, people can steal your credentials and API keys, they can exfiltrate private data in your company's source code, they could even execute arbitrary commands on your system or completely hijack your AI's workflow for their own purposes. The potential damage here is really, really severe. Okay, so this is obviously a huge challenge, but it's not hopeless, not at all. Now that we're aware of these risks, the AI community can start doing what it does best, building the safeguards to make this whole ecosystem safer for everyone. And thankfully, there is a pretty clear path forward. It really comes down to 3 things. First, verification. We need to use things like cryptographic signatures to prove that a server or a tool is actually who it says it is. No more imposters. Second, auditing. We need automated systems that can scan all that metadata, looking for that manipulative language, or more importantly, those hidden malicious instructions. And third, isolation. Tools need to run in sandboxed environments. That way, even if a malicious tool gets through, the damage it can do is contained and it can't infect the rest of your system. When you really step back and look at it, MCP is so much more than just a protocol. It's the blueprint for tomorrow's AI, for how these systems will connect and interact with our entire digital world. The promise is a future of just incredible power and seamless integration. But as we've seen, it also opens up a new and pretty dangerous frontier. So that leaves us with a really big question. Are we building this future on solid rock, or are we building it on digital quicksand? Because the choices we all make right now are going to decide that.